So hello everyone. So I'm Naman. I'm with SN almost 2 years now, and I am teaching scientific subjects to, let's say, IBDP programs, also younger ones. So I will be sharing what I have learned, very simple tools. Okay, like it's like you will say like, oh, it's a joke, but in reality, I try to keep my life as simple as possible. Okay, so I will start with something which is very, very common. Okay, that's our timetable. So I know that every one of you is very busy in your lives. Okay, like you have schools, you have like families, you have like birthdays to attend, you have parties to go to, you have, I don't know, so many things going on in your life, and it becomes very hectic when we have a kid in another time zone asking for a time at a given time, right? So it makes our life very, very messy. So what I use a simple Google tool. Okay, that's my Google Calendar. So I'll just show you how to create a meeting, and from there we will kind of see how you can kind of adjust accordingly. So if you see, this is a Google Calendar, okay, which I use very often. I just click, it gives me a title. Let's say that there is a kid who want a class with me on, let's say this is not today's date. Let me come to next month. Okay, so on August, there's a student. His name is Aman. Okay, and he is in Jakarta. He has asked me to time, let's say around 3 p.m. Okay, so you can just go down, and if you see, it should be PM, 3 p.m. Okay, and you can see there is a setting for time zone. Okay, so if you go on the time zone, since it is Jakarta time zone, you can actually go and click on the Jakarta time zone. So it should be um, this side. Let me search it out. Actually, it should be present here. Just a sec. So the idea is like, if you see here, there are all the time zones mentioned. So you can always mention the time zone whichever he is in. I'm not able to find. Okay, I'm just putting random time zone. So let's say that I have a student in Vancouver. Okay, so I'm just putting that. So if you see, it's 3 p.m. Vancouver. So I will put just the name and Vancouver time zone. If I say save, it automatically tells me when the class is going to start. Okay, so if it's starting at 3 p.m. and I want to finish it at 4 p.m., it will kind of tell me in this manner. I think there's a slight mistake. Just a sec. Let me just click once again. Test and time zone. Okay,
Should
so
be
you can
around
see
7. Yeah.
Indonesian time. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm just clicking it here. Okay, and then I will click it OK. And there you can set the timing. Like for example, I'm putting 3 p.m. as I said, 3 to 4 p.m. and I will kind of give it a color also. Let's say the color code is yellow. Okay, so 3 p.m. in Jakarta, for me it's 6 a.m. here in Europe. So it automatically comes in my calendar as 6 a.m. All right. So same way you can actually kind of play with all the other, like for example, if you want to schedule another class, let's say test two, okay, and this I want to color code it with, let's say, some other color, and let's say that this class is not from 8. Again, I want to put it, let's say 12 p.m., but this is in European time zone. Okay, so you can put European should be nearby here only. Central European time. So you can put this one maybe, or you can put Ireland. They are on the same. Or let's say if the student is in UK, so I will just put UK without kind of taking in timing. Okay, and then I will just save it. Okay, and it will automatically adjust the timing to that time zone. So basically, what I want to convey here is, if you kind of follow this pattern, initially it looks like the calendar is empty, but I want to show you something which is very normal. So in a month, I do almost 100 classes. That's kind of my limit. And you can see this is my actual calendar. So this is the week that I have taken from April 2023. So this is how the calendar looks like. So whenever there are classes, I just put them here with the student name and their time zone, so that I don't mess up with the time zone. So like now I'm used to being in Europe. Jakarta is like 5 hours ahead. Singapore is like 6 hours ahead. So this is kind of with practice. But if you see, if you maintain it in this manner, the timetable comes very clearly and you will not miss a class. Now, very important thing here is if you see clearly that I always keep at least half an hour, 15 minutes or some time gap with me. The reason is pretty simple. Since my subjects are heavy and I also need time to relax, to maybe stretch out, to be effective in my classroom. So I give myself a break. In that break, maybe I will go to the washroom, maybe I will kind of do my stuff, or maybe I will kind of file a PLU, right? Because it's not only the class that we have to conduct, we also have to do the bureaucratic stuff, or maybe be mentally prepared for the next kid, because the next kid could be really easy, could be very difficult. So that's how you should try to manage your time. So this is one of the tools. Now, here I just want to tell you one more thing. Like for example, this test. This is a test. The student test is kind of asking me for reoccurring classes. He said, you know what, Naman, this time is perfect for me, and I want to keep this time forever with you every week. What I will go to the edit part. In edit part, if you see, does not repeat. I'm going to click on it. Let's say that it is going to be custom, going to repeat every Tuesday, or you can actually put Tuesday and Thursday, ends on, let's say I know that his course is going to end by December ending. So December end and done. Now, if I do this and I save it, you will see it came on Tuesday, Thursday, not only this week, also the next week. If I go to the next week, it will automatically be there. All right. And if I show you, let's say till December, this is the last week of December. If I go in January, is no more. So this way I know in advance, like when the student is going to ask for a class. So this is a very simple tool. It helps you to organize yourself and organize the classes. Like for example, SN now has sent me an email during like for the training. So you can see the invite was sent to my email. Since it is linked with my email, it automatically comes here everything. So this is another feature, like for example, I will just put up here. So if I want to invite, uh, can anyone share their emails here? Like just to invite.
You can invite me.
Yeah, Ruchi, can you put your email in the chat?
There, Ethan.
Okay, yeah. So basically, okay, Ethan has sent me. Perfect. So I will just see, like, can you see that there is a guest tab here? Okay, on the right side, there's a guest tab, add guest, and I'm going to put Ethan and done. Okay. And if I do that, okay, I can add more guests. I am the organizer. You can see Ethan is there. If I save it, the invite will automatically go to him and he may accept or reject, let's say this event, this and the following, or all events. I'm inviting him for all the events. So this way, and this is like if you want to send the invite via email. So he will get an email notification as well as it will appear on his Google Calendar. So Ethan, I will just stop to share my screen. Can you just share your screen and show me if it is appearing on your screen? Ethan, you're there? Okay. All right. So you can see he has got an email. If you open up his calendar, it will automatically, if he says yes, he will attend it. If he says no, he will just cancel that out. So this is something that if you have a student's email and if he's not a regular student, he forgets the classes, you can send him this type of invite so that it appears on his calendar.